Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Glopen. Today we're at Auto Shanghai, the largest auto show in China as well as in Asia, and also one of the most influential auto shows around the globe. Now, as you see around me, it's huge. We have 8 different halls that we're going to explore today, and we're going to explore all auto manufacturers from China to US. So let's get started immediately. So we now start from the first hall, 5.1. Here you have the largest car manufacturer from Germany, Volkswagen. And it's quite interesting that you have both the Audi and Audi. We have 2 brands, one with the 4 circles and one with the 4 letters. This is quite unique in the Chinese market. And let's have a look. So as you can see here, this is one of the largest booths in the whole exhibition. On my right-hand side, you see the classical Audi with the 4 circles, which are typically ICEs. And on my left-hand side are the pure electric models, the new ones that are launched in the market. Okay. So is there anything I can do with the car? Can I? It's just seeing the car. Okay. Okay. So now I can walk into the car and see the inside of the car. It's really cool. So after spending some time to collaborate the VR glasses, I was finally able to use it. It was pretty cool. I was able to see the outside of the car as well as the interior of the car. They were able to, let's say, really show me the different frames, the different functionalities. I think this kind of technology will really improve in the years to come and to really be able to help the car manufacturers in the future to display their cars. So behind me is the brand new Audi model. As you can see here, instead of the 4 circles, the branding here is the 4 letters, which is unique to the Chinese market. And if we have a look at the whole car, you will see that it's a very modern design. You have the illuminated lights here. You have the camera here instead of the rear mirrors. If you look a little bit to the wheels, you also see the Audi branding here on the wheels. In general, it's a very modern design that you will not see on any of those classical ICEs. If you have a look at the back of the car, it's also very modern, very sleek, and there's a lot of modern designs here with the illuminated lights as well. So do you think that it will be successful in the market, especially in China? Leave your comment in the section below. So now behind me is the ID UNYX06. What is unique about it is manufactured by Anhui Volkswagen. It is solely owned by Volkswagen Group instead of the others that are joint ventures with other Chinese car manufacturers. What is unique about it is also its golden logo here, as you can see. People in China often call it's the golden Volkswagen. Here the logo doesn't look that gold, but if you turn around and see on the wheels, if you see in the back, you will realize that it's very gold. And if you see here, it's only mentioned Volkswagen Auto instead of Saic Volkswagen, for example. And all the icons here are in gold. Now, what do you think? This car is sold around 150,000 RMB. Do you think it is worth it? Let us know in the comment section below. Now let's take a look at the booth of Mercedes and BMW. At this year's Auto Shanghai, both stands are pretty classic, without much surprises or new cars that attracted huge attention. But it is worth looking forward to what new models or features BMW will launch after its cooperation with Huawei. Now I just walked around the booth of Volvo. And after 2.5 years not working in the automotive industry, I realized that there's still not that many new cars that I didn't know from 3 years back. They're talking about the EX30, that is the new model, but actually it was already mentioned 2 years ago. So I think it will be even more challenging in the years to come with such models in the Chinese market. Now behind me is the booth of Porsche. Not only can you find the latest models, but as well as classic and vintage vehicles. Now, in order to get inside, you actually have to wait in a very long queue in order to see them close enough. Now look behind me, what do you see? It's pretty fantastic, right? It's pretty eye-catching. And this is the eVTOL designed by Xpeng. Now Xpeng is recently getting a lot of attention, not only because they have sold the most amount of vehicles amongst the new EV brands, but also because of these innovative designs. And if you have a look at the vehicle behind it, this is a vehicle that can be transformed into a flying machine. So that's really amazing, right? So now we have come to the hall of 6.1. Here there is a huge area for the whole Geely group. It's not only the Geely brand, but Lynk & Co as well as Zeekr. So let's have a look at the latest cars. So now I'm sitting in the Zeekr 009. So imagine after a long working day when you're extremely tired, laying down in such a vehicle. It's really comfortable. You have the massage that is working on now. You can watch a movie at the same time, or football, which is playing now. You can listen to music while relaxing and going on the way back home. So that's the kind of luxury experience that you can have in such a MPV.
Nice.
Now imagine this car behind me, which is half cheaper than the ID.06 from Volkswagen. Which would you prefer? Now, not surprisingly, we've also found Huawei here. Huawei is working with a lot of car manufacturers and providing not only the ADAS systems, but as well as all kinds of software. As you can see here behind me, these are all the vehicles that they are working together with. And recently they have also announced the collaboration with BMW and Audi in the future that will co-develop software together. I think we are in a very exciting times, and I believe that Huawei will be very strong in the automotive world as well. Now, over the last few years, there's one Chinese brand that has been extremely successful in the overseas market, which is Chery. It is not that popular within China, but they have become more and more dominant in the Chinese local market. They have a couple of mainstream brands, Chery, as well as their high-end brand Exceed, and as well as their new brand iCar, which is also having a very particular market segment.
The booth area of Chery at this year's exhibition exceeds 8,000 square meters, setting a new record for the brand's participation in auto shows. Most eye-catching highlight is its new energy brand iCar, which unveiled a model blending pickup and convertible concepts, specifically targeting the young market. On site, you can see many car models and even internet-famous photographers, helping promote the brand at the booth. What do you think about the technical skills of this photographer?
So we are now in Hall 3, and this hall is dominated by Saic. You might not have heard of this name, but you must have heard of their brands. They have a whole bunch of brands like the iconic British brand MG, as well as Rongwei. They have their own brands such as Jishi, which is their full electric models. And then they have these iconic joint ventures within China, such as Saic Volkswagen, Saic GM, and Saic Audi. And today we also had a very special guest here. I also met Will's Boys, which is a very famous influencer on the internet and very popular in the automotive world.
The Saic booth at this year's auto show was definitely the most fun, with plenty of interactive missions and lucky draw activities. And another big surprise was the appearance of General Douglas MacArthur. Isn't that quite interesting?
What? What the fuck?
So I found the AI robot in this stand, so let's have a try and see how it performs. Okay. How old are you?
I don't have an age in the traditional sense. I'm always here to chat with you.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 69 kilograms. Do you have a favorite car model among those on display?
Favorite? Do you have a favorite one?
It's pretty cool. Its wind-ling, 呼吸前脸 and great performance make it stand out. What do you think?
What's the maximum range on one charge?
The Kelsey range of the world.This can reach up to 520 kilometers. It's quite impressive, right?
Yeah, that's quite impressive. How much does it cost?
And its low energy consumption means less cost per km. Interested in taking it, prices vary by chain. Let's talk to a salesperson. They can give you all the details and any current offers.
So in the recent years, the Korean and Japanese brands has really struggled in the Chinese automotive market. Unfortunately, today at Auto Shanghai, there are no Korean brands that are present. I'm now in the middle of the Toyota stand, and as you can see here, it's a pretty significant stand, and you can see the salespeople that are really yelling online to sell their cars. Now, will they really be able to compete in this very competitive market? We'll have to wait and see. Now behind me is BYD, the most sold electric vehicles around the globe, even bypassing Tesla. Now it's not only BYD, in China they have many different sub-brands, such as today behind me, the Formula Leopard, Yangwang, the luxury brand, as well as Denza, the brand that used to be a joint venture between BYD and Mercedes, but nowadays it's fully owned by BYD themselves. Well, amongst all of the BYD models, most of them I found were quite boring, but look what I found here. I found a black Wukong version of Han model. Looks really impressive. Have a closer look.
The BYD Han L co-branded with Black Myth Wukong takes Kongjinglong as its design theme, integrating dragon scale patterns and cybermetric elements into the body. The front features an extended overhanging eaves and dragon whisker light bar, paired with golden wheel hubs to highlight oriental aesthetics. Equipped with super fast charging technology, it can replenish a 400-kilometer range in just 5 minutes, blending traditional culture with futuristic technology. Do you like this design?
Now recently I just rented a ES6 from NIO, and I have driven it for 4 or 5 days in Beijing, and it was really amazing experience. The technology, the service, the battery swapping system, everything was really perfect. The ADAS system really helped me to save a lot of energy and a lot of time while driving. But at the same time, NIO as a brand is really struggling financially. It's losing tons of money. It's losing billions per quarter. And that is a real challenge for the company to really survive in the future. So they have just launched the flagship ET9 in order to fight back and really get into the luxury market in order to improve their profitability. Now later on, we'll see their performance. By performance, I mean a dance. Now behind me is the Firefly car. It's also from the NIO brand, but a lot of people complained it's really ugly. Now the designer said that it's actually designed for the European market as a A0 level car. What do you think, my European friends? Do you actually like it? Now at the peak of China's EV revolution, there were more than 100 EV brands. Nowadays, after consolidations, there are much fewer. But still, you'll come into some brands that I've not even heard of, such as Jishi, which is a company that actually manufactures robot cleaning machines in the past. Nowadays, they have this very special electric vehicles for camping. And the most interesting function of it is that it has a toilet in the car. Damn! We're now at the stand of Xiaomi, a brand that many people on the internet are talking about in China. Now, even though Lei Jun this year did not come to the Auto Shanghai, it still had attract a lot of attention. Every day in the morning, they give out 5,000 caps, like hats, but they always give it out within 1 hour. And afterwards, they only have a bottle of water for the rest of us. So, unfortunately, that's what we get. Now, while we were preparing for this video, our content director told me that there's no new cars at Auto Shanghai from Xiaomi, because the original plan was to launch the U7, the new SUV, but it was postponed. And I was thinking about it and saying, you know what? The Ultra SU7 was actually just launched 2 months ago. And it's so crazy that it's so popular that even if you order it today, you only get it within 3 to 4 months. And that is a crazy scenario for China, especially considering the China speed and a market that there is actually an overcapacity of vehicles. So let's have a look at the car. So if you want to visit the Auto Shanghai, you probably need to spend a day or maybe even 2 days. So that's it for our video today. I hope you enjoyed this video where we talked about the state of the Chinese automotive market, the different brands from Chinese to Americans, from Japanese to Germans, and the different types of vehicles. In the future, if you want to visit Auto Shanghai or visit different exhibitions in China, feel free to contact us via the email in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and see you on our next video.